Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am looking at GT's Gardens of Whiterun. Dova Girl mentioned this, and I in the past had used this mod. I liked it. There's a couple of compatibility variations if you have other mods that you need to kind of get it to work with. I can't speak to or guarantee that these will be fully compatible. However, when I used the Gardens of Whiterun, I really didn't have any trouble with it in the past. Your mileage could vary, of course. I mean, depending on the mods you have. I know people have a lot of trouble with their load order and the different things they do, and unfortunately, you're using a lot of different mods that maybe I have used some of them, maybe I haven't used some of them, and just a different combination of things you're doing, and sometimes I can't help as much as I would like, but I guess that's another subject. Anyway, so the Gardens of Whiterun, GT's Gardens of Whiterun. So this is a good kind of a floral add-on mod. It just adds some stuff to Whiterun. I'm going to show you this plain. When I say plain, I'm going to show you this. What you're going to see in Whiterun is with this mod on, and my other mods that affect Whiterun are turned off. I turned off my little tree mods and my Autumn of Whiterun, and I turned off Whiterun, A City Full of Life, so that we could do the Gardens of Whiterun and get a look at that. I did keep my Breeze Home turned on. It didn't seem to bother anything. So I've already checked out Porthos and it seems to be okay. So we're going to take you, just show you around a little bit in Whiterun and let you just get an idea of what it does, what the mod does, or what you'll see maybe that's different. And let's see, is there anything else? No, pretty well. I think after I do that, I am going to do like a little addendum, so hang around. I'm going to try turning some of my mods back on and see how how it plays with those mods, or if I need to try maybe the compatibility edition or something. But just to give you an idea, however, understand that anything I do in the show, especially when I only do it for like I try these things out for 10 or 15 minutes. Understand that I may not run into an issue that could occur to you when you're playing for hours, okay? I mean, that could easily happen. And it may occur to me after I've been playing for hours, but, just looking around here, see, I think the Gardens of Whiterun, it adds some nice flowers and stuff. You can see through here. Let's switch to first. Oh, wrong button. Nope, wrong button again. Let's go first person. Here we go. So you can see some nice flowers and trees. Now, mind you, this is without my other mods on that affect the flowers and the trees in Whiterun. When I bring them back in, I think you're going to see, if this will be compatible enough, you will see a bunch of trees and stuff, and it will really look really full, like we're almost in a forest, which is kind of crazy but kind of fun. It's too bad I don't have the Gilder green fixed up, but I don't right now. So this is just to give you an idea of what you'll see and what this adds. Some of my other mods may be redundant with this, so it may not make sense to have them all, but we'll just play around and see what we think. But you see all the flowers, and it is using using the textures I have installed, so that's cool.
I really don't have any money, Brave. I'll put it plainly. I'll give you 10 seconds tomorrow.
So I'm not moving as smoothly as some people do, I'm sure. It's just me. It's not really the game. Sometimes it's just me, But nonetheless, you get the idea. I kind of like the way they did things in this mod. I used this for some time. I enjoyed it. I forget why I probably moved away from it just for the shows. so I wouldn't have trouble doing the shows. This reminds me a little bit of the other mod, A City Full of Life, though that adds more butterflies and stuff, as well as plants and trees. So, but this doesn't add too much stuff. Let's see. Let me see if I can get in a good place here. We'll take us a quick picture. I guess this is about as good as it's going to get. This will just give you an idea. It's not the best, but give you an idea of what Whiterun will look like with this turned on. Oh, well, there's a butterfly, but I think some of these butterflies are usually here. Let's go back down. Usually get some of the best pictures and stuff down at the bottom, actually, around the gate, though sometimes you get a good picture here. Let's move up a little bit. Let's try that. We'll have a guard walking around too. Did you notice no picture took? I think I hit the button. I must have hit the button goofy because it didn't work exactly right. That's funny. Alright. Oh, let's do our favorite Heimsker with Talos in the back. Maybe we'll make that our thumbnail. We'll see. Alright, so anyway, you get the idea, though. You get some good flowers and plants and stuff and trees. And they did a good job. Did a very good job. I remember why I like this. It looks good. So, alright. Oh, you know what? We should look. I did not really read the words to you for the mod, did I? We just kind of rampaged into this. I'm sort of off, I think, this morning. That's okay. Yes, please load. Thank you. It takes its time, I know. Alright, so it is the Gardens of Whiterun. It's under 275 kilobytes, so it's really small. They have done some work on it. We're up to version 6. They've tried to fix up some things. Now, if you would like a version that's compatible with Kato's Whiterun, then use the compatibility edition. And I think we saw that in our list, and we'll go back and look. Anyway, they added a lot of flora, but not too much. The whole city looks beautiful and makes you actually want to visit. Plants make you happy. Everything is basic vanilla game objects, that's right. Only exteriors have been changed, nothing interiors have been changed. Some areas were left alone for the Civil War, so it adds plants, so many plants, and then stashed goodies. Oh, I don't know about that for you to find. Okay. Oh, insects now spawn in lots of places, so they did add insects too. That's why it reminds me of that other mod. Hawk perched in a tree that overlooks the market. Really? Let's see. Should be compatible with pretty much anything. Now compatible with USSCP. Yeah, mods which alter the area in Whiterun could have trouble. So, yeah, some of my other stuff, you know. Skyland Whiterun is compatible. That's good because I'm using Skyland. Oh, recover cities. We could try that, I suppose. It says also, I recommend that you add recover cities by Una SL, so you may restore Solitude or Windhelm and Whiterun to their pre-Civil War state. would like to know if that mod is compatible with this mod. I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, this is my first mod, so I'm learning how to do all this as I go. Well, good job. I would say that you did nice. This mod was created by Green Thumb 914 and is only allowed to be published by Green Thumb 914. Do not copy or alter my mod in any way and upload it as your own. Fair enough. Anyway, I think they did a good job. It's nice. And like I said, it's similar to the other mod, A City Full of Life. Not exactly the same, but anyway, very similar. Just in my opening opinion here, okay? But now I haven't given it the full treatment, which we will go do here in just a minute. This will be fun. Let's just get a quick picture here. This is what it looks like before we go mess with it. All right. So let's hop out of here. Should I even do a save? I'll tell you what, we'll do a quick save just to be humorous. And now comes the test. Okay. Because we've really looked at the mod, we see what it does, and it's nice. It adds some nice stuff to Whiterun. Now, I'm not going to turn on the City Full of Life because I think the two do too much of the same thing. I don't think they will complement each other. I think instead they will conflict. That's my rough estimate just off the top of my head, because they do the same things. I mean, even down to putting in the insects. Okay, so pardon me just a moment. So let's look this up. Let's make sure we got everything correct. I think I originally said garden and it's gardens, but that's okay. As long as it will find it in the search, I don't mind. And you can tell I'm doing this with the controller. I do have a keyboard I could pull out and use, but honestly, unless I'm going to do a lot of typing for some weird reason, which I normally don't, I normally don't pull out the keyboard. I pull it out if I'm going to actually do like I don't know. There's cases where, like, if you want to review a game in the store and you want to, give a decent little review, sometimes that's worth pulling it out. So anyway, Green Thumb 914 is the modder. I think all these comments are basically the same as what we looked at. It's under 272 kilobytes actually. It's very small. So let's go and turn on some of my other stuff. We're just going to turn these on, okay? Alright, now I'm not going to turn on, let me show you. Now I'm not going to turn on this one because I feel like these two are doing the same things. We could turn it on in a minute and see how badly it blows up, but I think it's just going to blow up. So anyway, I mean, because really that would be two mods doing practically the exact same thing. But let's just try this and see what we get. This might not even work. This might crash us. I just think it's worth a try. And if you get an initial crash, sometimes an initial crash doesn't mean that much when you're turning mods off and on. Sometimes you just need to go ahead and go back in and try it and see, because sometimes you needed a reset anyway. So, that's kind of like a very unexpected reset sometimes, but it can happen. But yeah, I have found plenty of times when you're changing mods around that sometimes the game will give you an initial crash, and then when you go back in, everything's fine. And it's just because that's when you just changed everything, and somehow the act of enabling and disabling and re-enabling stuff, somehow that can give the game little issues. which is to be expected because you're just bringing stuff in and out of the game. And if you don't do some kind of reset and clear that cache, sometimes you'll still have stuff in there that you didn't mean to have, and it will, maybe have a conflict. Oh, there we go. We're down. Okay. Hold on. Let's see if we can go back in, or if that's just too much. It could be with all those mods that's just too much. Maybe I should turn off the Autumn of Whiterun, but let's try one more time. I'm going to experiment. It's only a few mods, so it'll only take us a few minutes to kind of experiment and see where's our issue. Probably it's probably going to be with the Autumn of Whiterun, because it changes things about Whiterun that then when GTs loads, maybe things aren't the way it's supposed to be. It might work if it was after GTs, but I don't know if I want to change all that. We'll see. Let's try to load again. I want to see if it's going to crash again. I usually do multiple things, so multiple tests before I give up. Not that you're going to care that much about this, but I'm just curious as to how, how compatible is it with some of the other mods that I'm using. Like I said, it seems like it's a good mod. It seems to work well with what I've used in the past. It seemed to work well. But then I didn't try to do all of this probably at the same time. So if I'm asking for trouble, when you do these types of things, you're kind of asking for trouble. So if you have trouble, don't be too surprised. Just try small tests at a time. Don't try to do too much all at once. Even this might be too much, though. That Autumn of Whiterun, that may conflict with the Gardens of Whiterun. We'll see. And it could be maybe if I swapped them around in order, they'd be better. I don't know. Oh, wait, here we go. Alright, so now this doesn't mean it's going to always work, okay? There could still be an issue here, alright? But it could be that the game just needed to be kind of reset, started and, stopped and restarted. So here, it looks like it's working okay. I'm just going to walk you around for a minute. We're going to look around. You get some nice trees. See, it reminds me a lot of the City Full of Life. It's not exactly the same, though, but it does remind me a lot of that. You'll notice with these mods on, and all the trees, it looks very cool, in my opinion. It looks very foresty.
I'm the commander of the guard.
Is it too foresty? Maybe, but I like it. I think it looks very cool. I think you have an old town here. They would have old trees and stuff. I think they would
You tried mercenary work?
have things like this. Maybe not this much, but still, I still think they would have some stuff like this. So I think this looks good. I took an arrow in the knee. It was terrible. That arrow in the knee hurt so bad. So now instead of just one tree and some stuff, you have stuff and multiple trees. Now that may have been part of our problem when we first came up. Now you could come up with further issues. I'm not recommending that you use all of these at one time. I'm just saying that in this...
What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a strong Nord woman?
Wow. She's just all fussy.
I miss the days when the Greymanes and Battleborns got along. Ever since the war started, we've been at each other's throats.
Alright, we'll just ignore her for a minute. So you get all these little pathways, and they're all... they have flowers and trees. They just look a lot better this way. In my opinion, of course. I mean, it's just a very subjective thing. You should do what you like. But I like this. I like the way it all ends up looking. could get lost in the forest of Whiterun. Which you can actually do a forest outside of Whiterun if you wanted to go with this mod. I'm not doing that, but you could. So see how you get all of this together, and you get more stuff up here around Dragon's Reach. Now I would try, I just really think it would be a huge mistake to do the city full of life too. I think that would just be too much. But if you look here, this looks really nice. It's crazy that this is Whiterun with all these trees and stuff, but it is. Let's see, what's a good way to do this? Can I get a picture of kind of a, yeah, kind of something like that. You know, pardon me in my picture taking. I'm just doing this because I like to post some of these. You'll see them on like Instagram and Facebook and different things. Just so you know, that's part of what I do just for fun. And I would put them back out on the Skyrim Club on the Xbox, but the problem there is I haven't found out how to post anything from the PC to that club. And maybe there's a way to do it from something else, but I have a different way of saving my screenshots, so that's why you don't see that. So can we even see? Yes, we can. We can see that. It's hard to see that. With so much stuff, I admit, it is hard to see around. Normally, you're used to being able to see everything in Whiterun because there's no trees. But like, look, you can't see the bird practically back there at all at the forge. But yeah, okay. I'm probably doing overkill on this, but I just wanted you to see how everything looks, so you have an idea. I don't have to do everything the way I did, but I'm just showing you what I've done, and you know, just to give you an idea. You can do what you want, of course. It's up to you. You should do what you like in your game. But yeah, I kind of like all this craziness. So this has been, I'm sorry, we're gonna end this. I'm probably just droning on too long. Well, I wish this loaded faster. That kind of spoils my whole, I was going, this has been, like that was just gonna load right up, and of course it's not. Okay, sorry, pardon me, I had to have some water. Okay, so this has been GT's Gardens of Whiterun. Now, I will tell you that these two are probably not going to work well together. I may do a little test of this just to see. We noticed that there was a crash between this, you know, and I think it has to do with the Autumn of Whiterun and GT's. It could be if I put the Autumn of Whiterun underneath, it might be better. I don't see any issues though now. We did have an initial crash though, so there could be some long-standing issue that will show itself, okay? But neither of these, I don't think either of these have, let's see if either of these have scripts. I don't think so. But you may not want to, yeah, complete, theoretically, zero compatibility issues. So, you know, theoretically you should be able to use both. The Autumn of Whiterun is really just about the trees, you know, and it doesn't really, let's see, it's about the trees, and it has lanterns, yeah, some leaves on the ground and some vines, but other than that it doesn't do a lot. It doesn't do like flowers and stuff. Now if you'll notice, the difference here with the gardens is the gardens really does a lot of flowers. It only does a few trees. A lot of flora. See, it adds a lot of flowers. And actually this does similarly. This adds a lot of plants and insects. but it doesn't really do a lot with trees. And no scripts. All these have no scripts, but I wouldn't combine these two up because they're doing the same thing. Choose one or the other, whichever one you like. And then, like I said, the Autumn of Whiterun seems to be okay with it. Your mileage may vary. I'm mixing up all these things, so you know it's a chance I'm taking. And if I start to develop troubles, I will do an update and let everybody know. But right now, everything seems to be okay with that. So, anyway, this has been the Gardens of Whiterun, GT's Gardens of Whiteruns, and that's GT is Green Thumb. If you notice down at the bottom, this modder even says it's Green Thumb, and you notice their little icon, they have the hand with the green thumb. It's kind of cute once you link it all together. Green Thumb 914. So, and they exclusively want ownership and control of this mod. They don't want anybody messing with it. So, there you go. Alright, so let's see, I think that's covered everything, and then probably did a little extra, and we did have the little crash. So that shows you sometimes when you're goofing around and trying these things, you can have a crash. That doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I was able to come right back in, and it seems to be working now. I probably should have done a reset anyway. So that'll teach me. Alright, you know, you really should, when you're swapping mods in and out, you really should do a reset. So I had done one before we started all this. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.